weekly breakdown.
Hi.
89.
I thought it was... Is it 89?
It is. Last week was 88, so that would
Okay.
mean, naturally, if following 88 is...
But now I've planted that seed of doubt that...
Nope.
Are we on the right one?
Nope.
Oh, okay.
Confident it's 89.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I'm just here to sow dissonance.
Chaos. I'm an agent of chaos.
Yes.
It's like never mind.
Watch it.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot going on. We're gonna talk about Destiny. Talk about PlayStation 4. Some games. Jared Leto. Drama with Havok and Megadeth.
But is it really a surprise that Megadeth is in more drama?
Nope.
Not the slightest.
Not. First, what you guys been up to? If you got one thing to tell me about. One thing you listened to, something you watched, game you played. Get one, that's it. One.
Keith?
The only way is one.
Fun.
Some gay porn?
No.
Straight porn?
Yeah. I've been...
Stray porn?
Straight.
Oh, I thought you said straight porn, and I started thinking straight from the path porn.
It's fucking out there.
That can either be porn with Stray from the Path as members, or porn with Stray from the Path as the
Or
soundtrack.
stray cats.
Or
Stray from the Path
Path
members
with-
fucking stray cats.
Or all of that with Austin. But, so...
Yeah.
Anyway, so I watched, because I bought it a couple weeks ago, I've been watching The Killing Joke, the new movie that comes out. I personally think it's really good.
Animated.
It's animated.
The animated Batman.
Thing. It's weird because, like, you know, they have all those movies out, but, like, this one isn't a part of, like, their movie universe. It's, like, a one-shot thing, which is different. And it's, like, it's only, like, an hour and 15 minutes long. And, like, the actual Killing Joke is only, like, 45 minutes long, if that. And then they have, like, an intro, which, yeah. But I enjoy it. I enjoyed it. It's, yeah, it's really good. Like, it only very barely gets that R rating.
Yeah.
Are there any jack-off scenes?
Like they don't like about the only thing that they drop is like there's, you know, some people getting shot. Joker says "God damn it," and then there's the thing from the comics with the pictures of Barbara Gordon, and that's like, and even then they're not graphic.
doesn't
like,
Batman have sex in this?
No.
Where did I
What do
see
you-
Yes,
that?
yes, he
Wait,
does.
what do you
Yes,
mean?
he does.
Pictures of Barbara Gordon? Like
Well,
nudes?
No, with
Or when she was like shot?
when she was shot.
Yeah.
Okay.
I got that whole part, but they're not that graphic.
Well, I mean, they were basically... in
They
the
were,
comic, yeah.
but they're not graphic in this. Like I said, it's a very low ball R rating, so but it was pretty good. I liked
No
it.
balls.
I mean, I guess I can kind of go off that because I did read, and actually my dad's the one who showed me the article, that Mark Hamill, who almost without fail every time he does a voice acting thing for the Joker says it's his last one. Well, he's confirmed that he's going to be continuing to do the voice of the Joker basically as long as he can.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I thought that was very cool. I mean, yeah, Heath Ledger did a great job as the Joker in The Dark Knight, and that's been my favorite live-action portrayal of the Joker. But my favorite Joker of all is Mark Hamill's Joker. Anytime he does it.
Yeah, definitely.
Because he's always... even though he may look different, he's got the same character personality almost every time. So I was very excited to see that. And then I heard the Jim Lee voicemail that Mark Hamill recorded for him. So
Cool.
Jack Nicholson was the Joker, right?
Yep, Jack Nicholson
Yeah.
was a Joker once.
Yeah.
The golfer?
No, that's
That's
Jack
Phil
Nicholas.
No, Jack Nicholson. That's right.
yeah.
Fail.
Jack Nicholson's that old guy.
He
It
was
was
in
in
The
that movie with
Shining.
Adam Sandler where they got mad at each other.
Anger management.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. The
He
Shining.
goes to like every Lakers game, even though they're shit. My
What'd you do?
turn.
What'd you do?
Yeah.
I've been playing Paragon a lot lately.
I saw that. I saw that.
I
was like, huh.
actually really like it. It's actually really, really fun. I like the whole third person aspect of it. It's like, it feels like sort of like Dragon Age a little bit. And I like it because I really like Dragon Age. Like, the combat is fun. It's simple, it's easy to understand. I always thought like I kind of avoided MOBAs because I always felt like they were full of like really competitive people that could be assholes, and it's like difficult to understand. There are all these like terms and stuff, but it's actually really simple, really straightforward, really fun. A lot of the characters are fun to play as. Yeah, I actually really
I'm gonna have to check it out because I got the free PlayStation Plus thing. So
I really fucking enjoy it. It's I didn't mean to be a fucking. Yeah, it's free right now, free to play.
What are you doing? What's each team trying to do? Is it
so
the whole MOBA going after towers?
Yeah, one team starts there, one team starts over there. There are like there's a left lane, a right lane, a middle lane, and there are like some towers in there, and then you get to like these three, I forget what they're called, inhibitors or something. That's like their last line of defense, and as you get through those, you attack the core. It's pretty fun. It's really simple to understand. A lot of the characters are really fun to play as.
How many players on each team?
5 on each team.
Cool.
But then there's also like a bunch of minions.
Yeah,
It's MOBA.
Yeah.
Maybe.
So it's basically kind of like Smite almost. Or
Some of the characters' abilities, some of the characters I don't think were that fun to use. Like I tried using Greystone, which is like a tank. I just didn't really care for it all that much. But then you have like Chimera, who's really fun to use as a tank. But I would play as like a ranger.
well, there's
more.
different kinds of tanks too. So
Yeah.
there's
I would play
your
as, like-
guardian tank and then your damage tank. So
Yeah, but Greystone I just thought was really slow and like, but yeah, Paragon.
cool. What about you?
I
Hoss?
play as Sparrow and the Fae. They're my two favorites, a ranger and a caster.
Cool. I've been watching Stranger Things on Netflix. This show
I've heard
is
a lot of good
extremely
things about
good.
Heard of good things about
Yeah.
that.
It is fucking awesome, man.
What kind of Stranger Things have you been watching?
The show is, a lot of really good writing.
Any sex scenes?
No. Just
I'm out.
fucking some awesome acting, and one thing that I never really notice or pops out to me when I watch a lot of movies or TV is editing, to me. But the editing in this show is so well done; it just adds to the movies or the show. Basically, this show, if you're not familiar with it, it's I would say it's more of a thriller, but sometimes it really kind of is on the edge of horror at times, and the show genuinely gave me fucking goosebumps at parts. Like, I don't want to spoil anything because the way I don't even really want to say what this show's about, because the way everything unfolds and as you discover more and as things start coming together, it's like, what? But the setting's awesome. It's set in the 80s. It's sci-fi basically, and just awesome characters, great writing, just awesome. It's just fucking good. I highly recommend everybody watch it. It's definitely one of my most favorite things I've watched recently. I haven't finished the whole season. I have 2 episodes left. It's only 8 episodes, so it's good.
Someone was talking about that the other day, and they mentioned that it was set in the 80s. What does that have to do with the show? Does that like play an important part in it? Because I was just like,
I think
they listen to like Cyndi Lauper and wear dress like fucking Breakfast Club.
No, I think it probably could have been said in like modern day times, but I just think from the look of everything, like the look of the characters and all that stuff, it just kind of adds a little bit to it. It adds a little bit to the mystery of things, and there's
War.
no cell phones to pick up. And phones actually do play a part into things, and so it could have been said in modern times, but I don't. Yeah. But I just think the 80s kind of adds to it a little bit. There's these kids, and they can't text or really pick up a cell phone and call people. Yeah, so they're talking through fucking walkie-talkies, and it's just little shit like that. It's pretty.
Even the title screen gives off that 80s vibe, because I've seen like the title screen, because everybody's making fucking memes out of the fucking Stranger Things title. So.
Yeah. It's good. It's kind of the perfect title for the show because it is strange. And if they would have named it something specific, it might have given.
There are
too
things
much.
in the show too.
Yeah, there are things,
and they are quite strange.
Yeah, it is very strange. And yeah,
Is
I
that-
highly recommend watching.
Is Doctor Strange in it?
No.
Are they his things?
Yeah. If you have Netflix, no excuse. Watch. It's awesome. You got anything?
No. I mean, I already did my thing. So.
Talk about Pepsi.
No, let's talk about Destiny. There's a couple things happening with its PvP, its multiplayer. One, they showed off the new game mode, Supremacy, which is kill confirmed, basically, if you play Call of Duty. So, you kill somebody, they drop a crest. You pick up the crest is worth 2 points. Say, I kill somebody, but I die, you pick up the crest. Now our team gets 3 points, I get 1, you get 2. So, it's pretty cool. That's basically all it is. Nothing super exciting there, in my opinion. But I'm sure it'll be a joy to play.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. Destiny's game modes are not revolutionary at all.
They're not groundbreaking.
But the game is such a joy to play in terms of its, shooting and all that stuff that, most game modes end up being fun. You know what game mode I forgot about Destiny that they have? And I don't know if they run it anymore. Zone control.
They just ran it like 2 weeks ago.
Are you serious?
Yeah. They just ran it like a week or two ago.
Because I was curious. I was on the Destiny app just looking at like stats and all that stuff in all the different Crucible modes. I played 2 matches of Zone Control. Won both of them.
Nice.
2-0.
Fuck. Get on his level.
Yeah, exactly.
Talking to me?
They'll
No,
probably,
I'm talking to the
when they have like
talking
private
to the
matches, that'll probably be like an option to set up.
Yeah. Speaking of private matches, Destiny's finally getting private matches.
After,
Almost 3 years.
2 years.
Yeah. So
Oh yeah, 2 years.
this isn't
Going to
really
year
like
3.
a custom games in that you can't really, be very specific about certain things. But this is more like, hey, we don't feel like playing with people. We can't really do PvE stuff. Let's just kind of dick off. They're putting in, you can play on literally any map, even maps that don't come up in rotation a lot anymore, which is around 30 maps, apparently. Every game mode, including like Mayhem Clash, Mayhem
Inferno,
Rumble, Zone Control, whatever. And you can even, certain maps, you can change time of day, you can turn vehicles on and off.
Score
Yeah, it's
limits.
pretty cool.
I know they said things about modifying experience and that kind of thing that you gain from that, and rewards, like you can't get legendary or exotic things from private matches as rewards. But I wonder where they stand on like quest completions.
Yeah.
Because I have that thing for imprecation
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
I'm just like I don't really, I'm
Honestly,
not good in Crucible. I don't really
We can
care
help
for
you.
it that much.
we
but
can help
We
you
can
with
have
that.
everything.
Because we just went to a public match, and like anytime we found each other, we just kind of cheesed it.
Yeah,
Just
you
went
can
to a
go into
Rumble playlist.
classic free for all, and like I can run up to you, and then you just kill me. That's how we've
Yeah.
done.
It's-
It's
it's-
really
that's
easy.
how
like,
we all
I'm
did it.
just wondering if like if they do that in private matches, can people just like?
Yeah.
They're probably not, but that
Probably
would be
not.
cool.
I know they said that the reward system is like, I think it's, I mean, I know it's significantly lessened. I think it's like, I forget what I forget what the numbers were, but it's like you really don't get anything. You can get stuff, but you're not going to get
7.
anything good. You're not going to get a lot of it. 7.
The numbers are 7.
Be cool, if, you got like strange coins or whatever.
You get or
motes of light.
imagine just fucking you pop your 3 coins, you get fucking exotic from that shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's nice to
No,
have.
they said no exotics.
Oh fuck. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, it's nice for Destiny to put this in. Not revolutionary. A lot of games have custom or private games or whatever. This should have been in there a while ago, but it's nice that they're doing it now. You don't have to buy Rise of Iron to get private matches.
No.
That is going to be for everybody.
But it would be nice to, like, hey, if, like, 6 of us are on, hey, we just feel like doing, like, 3v3.
Yeah, or like a elimination on First Light.
Yeah, or with vehicles on.
Bastion.
Yeah, like that can be pretty cool. They also showed off 2 of the new maps. Floating Gardens and Icarus both seem pretty cool. Nothing mind-blowing, but fun. So yeah, I'm excited.
Got some cool stuff. I know some people were showing off the new strike. I kind of only saw a very little bit of it, and I was like, oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
the new raid, from what I'm hearing about it, looks or sounds like it could be very fun. And it sounds like no one's going to beat this the first day it's available.
well,
Somebody's gonna figure.
somebody's gonna fucking
Yeah.
do it. Like,
But they're saying, like, it's, like, this is probably the most challenging, not just in terms of difficulty, but in terms of, like, puzzle solving and things like that raid that they've done yet.
that's the most fun parts of the raid to me. It's just like the fact that's like that's why I really like the King's Fall raids, because it's all just like, all right, how the hell do we do this?
Yeah.
It's like, okay, and figuring things out. And
But
stuff
when
like
you
that.
figure it out, it is pretty straightforward.
Yeah, and it's like it's not hard.
No.
Well, I mean, okay, it's not hard. It's challenging, because there's a difference. Hard is just like Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Challenging is just like, okay, you know.
It's doable, it's just...
Hopefully, there's no jumping sections.
No,
in this
you know
raid.
there will
That
be.
would be nice.
You know there will be.
I know.
Yeah.
I hate jumping sections. I'm so bad at them. Getting better at the King's Fall.
Well, with the platforms.
Yeah.
Or the ships, or both of them, or yes. Yes, the answer is
The
yes.
second one in the second King's Fall jumping one is a piece of cake. Maybe not for you.
What, the one with the battering rams?
Yeah, with the penises that come out of the wall and hit you.
Yeah. I've gotten better at that.
Yeah.
Anyway.
So, yeah. Destiny. It's fun. I'm excited. 1 month from today.
Oh, wow.
Exactly.
Yeah. Shit.
Moving on. PlayStation 4, if you're on PS4, 4.0 update, which will come out eventually. There's some interesting things
Come out in 5
that
years.
they've talked about. This isn't all, which I'm really hoping there's more. This is 4.0 update. Basically, there's going to be a quick menu. So when you hit the button on the controller, right now it takes you completely out to the dashboard or whatever. Now a quick menu is going to pop up like the Xbox One. And it's going to pop up and say you can go to your friends, you can power off, you can look at messages, blah, blah, blah. And it doesn't take you out of the game completely.
That's cool.
Pretty neat. The share menu is going to be updated as well, so that's exciting. You can upload longer clips to Twitter, 140 seconds.
Oh, it's like...
Which is over the 15 seconds that you used to be limited to. So.
It's a fucking second per character.
Yeah. Trophies can be seen offline now. You
Whoa.
can have the option to view the contents of a hidden trophy. So you don't have to go to the internet to see what it is.
Because, I mean, because that's the thing. Like, I get the point of leaving there to be some anonymity so you don't have to look, but it's like, people want to find out. Yeah, you just go on the fucking online. You go on the fucking online. I know. I know. I can't talk.
You can add background images to your profile. So when I click on your profile, I'll have a big background image. You can customize that.
Cool.
And then they're adding folders. So you can organize all your games into folders now, not have a big long bar. You can put it all in folders, or even in the library. That's not very fun to go through.
Stuff I'm not going to play.
Yeah, you can organize it, PlayStation Plus games, garbage that I'm never going to play, or betas, or whatever. You can do whatever now. So that's exciting. Other than that, that's about all they talked about. I hope there's more. When you say this is the next number. This is 4.0. It's not a lot here.
It's a lot of stuff that's like, why isn't this in?
It's a lot of UI stuff. It seems like it's not really.
I mean, some of the stuff is cool, like the organizing your games sounds
Yeah.
really cool. But like, I know I made a weird noise. Yeah. But yeah, because sometimes just scrolling through all your games just kind of sucks.
Yeah.
A lot of times.
Total
It's
first
really
world
fucking,
problems.
Yeah, it must be tough on you.
Yeah.
It takes me
Those
like 10
little
seconds to go
third-world
through them
African
all.
kids, they're like, damn, I wish I could scroll through my fucking games. Instead, I have
They
no
can't. They
food
got
or
one.
water.
They got one.
Yeah. So that's it. Hopefully there's more. We'll figure that out.
North Koreans, they got nothing.
No, they've got stuff.
Now you're just stating facts.
Yeah, I'm just adding to my point.
They've got stuff just all in one place.
Yeah, they don't got shit.
No, all their shit's in
They
one
got
place.
famine,
It's
that's
in
what
the
they
palace.
Yeah.
Because apparently another famine's like incoming.
Oncoming.
Yeah, it's incoming. It's another famine's probably going to happen or something. Happy news, right?
I was gonna say, fucking
bright and cheery.
thrilling.
Yeah.
Actually, my girlfriend asked me if North Korea actually participates in the Olympics.
I don't think so.
They do.
Yeah, they do.
No, I don't pay
Because
attention.
I don't remember. I
They're
don't
out
remember
there
them
shaking
walking
their
in
dicks.
during the Parade of Nations. I don't remember that being there.
They do.
I think there's like 2 of them.
Yeah. Wow.
Fucking Kim Jong Un could do, if there was like an eating competition in the Olympics, he could do that.
Anyways,
Well, I'd be worried about that. There's like North Korean assassins like targeting you right now, but there's no internet in North Korea.
So yeah, how are they gonna find out about
They
it?
have internet there. It's very limited.
It'll take them a while to get to this point in the video. They'll
Yeah.
give it back.
It's very slow. It's very limited. You get to go to like probably 3 websites or something like that.
Yeah.
Basically, they have internet, but they have it all in their own like mainframe where it's like very restricted and stuff.
I
They
think
have like
China's the same
they're
way.
rocking like Windows 95 or something.
98, please.
Yeah.
my mom's office still runs on Windows XP.
Well, I mean, XP is a great operating system,
yeah,
but
but it's
still,
like
just
fucking-
ew.
They're screwed when Microsoft's like, we're not supporting this anymore, which will probably be soon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Other things, Mass Effect, the trilogy. A long time ago, EA was like, we're not doing it. We would rather make new games. Everybody's like, okay.
But then they were like, "Hey, we could make some money off it."
Exactly.
Yeah.
So EA is now strongly hinting that Mass Effect trilogy is getting the remastered treatment.
I mean, I'm happy for it, but I think I know why. Because people fell off that fucking Battlefront bandwagon really fucking quick, and they were like, "Hey, we're not making any money off Battlefront anymore because
Also-
our base game sucked, and nobody wanted to pay $50 for DLC."
Also, I feel like nobody the conversation about Andromeda kind of dropped after E3.
Yeah, it's
Like,
because
it
they're
kinda-
not talking about it. They said that we will see stuff on Andromeda very soon, but they're more focused on Titanfall 2 and Battlefield 1 right now because they're coming out
Sooner.
in Mass Effects next year. But it's like, I feel like we should have just at least seen something by now.
Yeah.
We'll probably see something this fall.
I imagine N7 Day, they'll probably.
Oh, absolutely. That's probably they're going to drop a bomb on N7 Day.
Probably.
Don't say that.
God damn it.
Hey, your mind went there. You're the only person whose mind went there.
There's a lot of people in the audience probably thought so. I'll speak for them.
Would you guys play these?
I would, because I haven't played it.
No.
I'm the only person here who hasn't played any
I
Mass
have them
Effect
on
game yet, so I
PlayStation
probably
3.
would.
I went out and fucking bought them on PlayStation 3 because I was assuming it was never going to happen on PlayStation 4.
Honestly, I feel like I feel bad because I'm pretty sure either me or Tyler convinced you to go buy it for PS3.
No,
because,
I wanted to for a while. I think for myself.
Yeah.
Did you ever finish 3?
No, I'm in the process of doing it.
I mean, I'm excited because
So, no.
I never got.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
I never really got the chance to play through the first Mass Effect.
Oh,
in
it's shit.
entirety.
Don't buy. Don't buy.
Well, no, I played a little bit of it. And the game systems are very different between Mass Effect 1 and Mass Effect 2 and 3. So I'm hoping maybe they don't just remaster the first Mass Effect, but actually kind of change some of the... Like they did with Ratchet and Clank. They changed a lot of the mechanics. Change the mechanics of Mass Effect 1 so they make a little more sense, a little more modernized than it was. I mean, if you want to, keep it where the gun has to cool, that's fine. You don't really pick up ammo, that's fine. But also, maybe clean up the shooting a little bit more.
Should they be working on this though? Because they have like you said, they have enough games coming out. And then they have Andromeda. It's like, when are they going to find the time to slip this out? Probably, I'm assuming, before Andromeda to get people excited for it, like the Uncharted collection.
Well,
Yeah.
I just don't think they have the time or the resources. Just do what you have to do right now.
That's the thing with Andromeda coming out in January to March. It's like, well, when are you going to put it out?
Yeah.
We should, if you're going to put it out this fall, you probably would have announced it by now. I wouldn't put out two
they'll probably
things at the same time.
they might do something. in relation to Andromeda. Like they might do I don't want to call it a collector's edition, but like something where you get the original trilogy remastered if it's done by then, because everyone said they're working on it currently. They're just considering remastering it.
I mean, this probably should have happened like a year or two ago.
Yeah,
probably. But another thing is that Andromeda is not really related to the trilogy. Not like
supposedly.
100%. Yeah, like same exact characters and all that stuff. Like there's going to be same races and all that stuff, but nothing is fully related there, which is weird. They do have Mass Effect books coming out that they announced. There's a book coming out this fall that's supposed to link the trilogy to Andromeda.
I might have to check that out.
Yeah, they're going to be doing 4 Mass Effect Andromeda books. Which hopefully they'll be good. I don't know.
Now, then again, in terms of remastering it, 2 and 3 looked very good on last gen, so there's really not a whole lot of refuculating you gotta do there in terms of assets. They already have all the assets and the tools and stuff like that.
Revamping those hot sex scenes, baby.
Yeah.
Really, the only one they'd have to really rework the graphics for is the first one.
Blue alien butt sex.
Yeah. If they like do a fucking bang up job and they really redo the graphics or whatever, and then really do a lot of work to one, then I'd consider it. But for now, if it's just a hey, we up-res the graphics a little bit.
Okay, I'll just
go play the old version. That's fine. So yeah, it's Mass Effect. Metal Gear. That's a franchise. There's a new Metal Gear game coming out next year called Metal Gear Survive. This came out of like fucking left field. Like fucking out of nowhere. Coming out 2017. Basically it's a 4-player co-op survival game with zombies. How original.
Hey, it's okay. We don't need Kojima. We can fucking milk this shit out.
It's so this game takes place right after Metal Gear Solid 5 Ground Zeroes, and like some fucking crew in that game gets sucked into like a wormhole and is in an alternate dimension with zombies.
What if this turns out to be like the most fun game to come out like in a while? I'm not saying it will, but like just what if? What if this gets like rave reviews? Like it's the best zombie co-op game ever made. It's Metal Gear. You can fucking hide in a cardboard box and hide from the zombies.
I mean, I told you guys that one thing.
Is there a reach around mechanic?
I told you guys anyway. I don't know if Sam was here for it. The one meme I found about Metal Gear Survive when it was kind of announced, it was like someone at Konami's like, "What do fans want in a Metal Gear game?" And all the fans were like, "Hideo Kojima." And then some executive was like, "No, zombies. You want zombies in a Metal Gear game." What Metal Gear games have you been playing, people?
Yeah.
It's
making a game and then being like, here, let's throw the Metal Gear name on.
Is this going to be like in the same style of Metal Gear Solid, like in terms of production value, or is it just going to be this other thing?
They said it's going to be around the size of like Ground Zero, so I don't think it'll be a $60 game, but it will be the same like gameplay mechanics, like stealth, action type stuff. Like
I've never played Metal Gear Solid.
I just think this is kind of bizarre. I mean, for like co-op survival zombie games, there's so many of them.
There are a dime a dozen now.
And like Metal Gear just doesn't need it. If you're gonna make another Metal Gear game, just do something a little bit more unique and cool. I wonder. Everybody thought Metal Gear was going to die after Kojima left Konami.
Oh, no.
But I wonder if they're saying something with the name. Like, Metal Gear's surviving, and we're going to continue with it.
It's either that, or this is, or the opposite. Metal Gear has survived, and they want to shut that shit down.
The Witcher next DLC, zombies.
Yeah.
There you go.
Wonderful.
Makes that game better.
Yeah. There's probably gonna be like some fucking like Resident Evil, like Umbrella Corps stuff. That sucks.
Big old fucking moose dick.
I think people should probably give this game a chance because it could be a fine game. But Konami did this to themselves. At the same time, we don't know the whole story between Konami and Kojima. Kojima could have been a dickhead. Who knows? But they certainly have a very, very, very large uphill battle to climb with this game because nobody is excited for it at all.
No.
Wasn't Konami going out of business a while ago or something?
They said they were going to get out of making console games.
And yet they
And just
still
make mobile games.
have not done that.
Yeah. So, yeah, they're kind of going back.
I think maybe they're like, hey, we got rid of Kojima, whose games were sucking 90% of our budget, but we're the only games making us any money. So
What's the other game they make? They make a soccer game, don't they?
Yeah,
Pro Evolution Soccer.
Yeah, probably. That's what I thought.
The one that's not FIFA.
Yeah.
That's a very apt description of it.
No, it really is a very apt description because it does not play at all like FIFA.
Yeah. So yeah, we'll see on that. Two other things. Final Fantasy 15 has been delayed.
Again.
You have to wait even longer for this game now. November 29th is its new release date, so after Black Friday. Which is interesting.
Now, why did they push it back again?
This is where I think the bullshit comes in.
This is going to get
I
good.
don't know. They said that they have the games went gold, so it's done. They say they had a very large day one patch, but they want to put the day one patch on the disc so that people that buy it don't have to download it. Okay.
That makes
That's
sense.
But-
admirable.
It's 2016 though.
You
No
shouldn't
Man's
need
Sky
it.
certainly did not ship with its day one patch on a disc. You know? They fucking changed that entire game with their day one patch. What game shipped, like, delays to put the day one patch on a disc? I mean, in 2016, nothing happened. So I think that's a little bullshit.
Yeah.
Because I just feel they probably need more development time and they're just trying to think of an excuse because this game's been so long in development and just taking fucking forever.
But also, it's 2016. You shouldn't need... Developers shouldn't need a day one patch because, hey, our game isn't really finished, but we just wanted to ship it out so we could make money. That's what day one patches most of the time seem to me.
Well, I mean, a lot of day one patches end up being, well, we have to stop working on the game at some point so we can send it to be manufactured.
Yeah.
But we're going to still keep working on the game. That's why day one patches happen.
I mean, most of the
sometimes
time-
they can be super significant. It's
Yeah.
like, well, why put it on a disc if, you know, I have to download this patch for the game to work? You know, that kind of shit's weird. But I don't know, I just think this is kind of goofy. And it's kind of embarrassing for them after they had that whole big thing about announcing the release date of this game. And, you know,
Saying it's actually going to be on time, guys. It's happening.
yeah. It's just weird.
It's actually happening, and now it's not happening for another, 2 months.
Yeah. So that's that. Final Fantasy 15, November 29th is when hopefully we'll be able to play it. And then last thing, Steep, which is that game from Ubisoft, that like extreme sports game with snowboarding and paragliding and all that stuff that they showed off at E3, comes out December 2nd.
It looked cool. It looked interesting.
Yeah. So I hope that ends up being good.
We'll have to check it out. I mean, like I said, I was a huge fan of SSX, so I'm into that kind of shit. So out of like any kind of sports game, kind of like that, I like that kind of stuff. So
Yeah.
Yeah. So we'll see on that. That's it for video games. Let's transition to movies.
Only one movie topic.
Jared Leto played the Joker in Suicide Squad.
in case you didn't know,
Nah.
Yeah. Which we reviewed Suicide Squad. It's
it's
whatever.
it's a movie.
You should check it out.
Yeah.
Their review anyway. You should check it out.
He said that he feels he was tricked into playing the Joker in Suicide Squad.
Oh, I saw that. Yeah.
What do you say? Where's the fucking thing?
What you say?
Didn't he think he was gonna have like a bigger role or something like that?
Yeah,
I mean, they
well,
did cut like 30 minutes of him out of the fucking movie.
Ultimate Edition, dude. That's what it's for.
Fuck the Ultimate Edition. It's an ultimate piece of shit.
According to a summary provided by Leto fan site on Tumblr.
Jared Lettuce.
Yeah.
What if he was like a head of lettuce?
Yeah.
Jared Lego.
That's our next Photoshop gift for me, wasn't it?
Leto is said to have felt sort of tricked into being part of something that had been pitched to him very differently. According to the report, Leto said that he thought it would be more artistic production. It was overwhelmed by all the hate regarding the look and the choices. He also said he hasn't yet seen the film after being disappointed to hear what did and didn't make it into the final theatrical cut. Leto also confirmed that his contract for Suicide Squad prohibited him from doing various dangerous activities that he enjoys, like rock climbing. In response to the stipulation by Warner Brothers, Leto said, "Fuck them."
Wow.
The rock climbing and all that, the contract, it's like, Rob, that's going to happen, right?
Yeah.
That's almost any major movie star. Like, hey, you're the star for our movie, or like one of our stars. We don't want you getting hurt because we need you for the movie.
But when this movie went through reshoots, I definitely see where he's coming from of like, I'm sure he's going to get like some bad publicity for this, but it's one of those occasions where I think someone is speaking their mind. They're actually like, being real about it. Is that this movie went through reshoots, and like everyone behind this movie wanted to make it into something that it wasn't originally. I feel like it had a better vision to begin with, and then they just kind of screwed over like a lot of people in the movie. Like if this movie didn't go through the reshoots, I would be like, he's just complaining. But they went through reshoots. They cut a bunch of his stuff out of the movie. I can't say that I'm gonna criticize him for it. I think he has a good point.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
He
mean,
does.
the one thing I saw was, when they introduced the Joker in Suicide Squad, it was very just sudden.
Continue.
It was very sudden. There was no ceremony to it. I mean, it's the Joker. Everybody knows who the Joker is. He's one of DC's biggest villains in their entire fucking comic universe. And, you'd think there's a little more...
It's as if scenes were missing from the movie.
Yeah, it's almost as if they cut out a lot of the build-up for the character.
Yeah, like I can see, like what he's saying, because like with your argument, like how he's, especially with the movie going through, I guess technically by the end of it, 3 different versions, and then kind of getting like this kind of Frankenstein-esque treatment to the final product that you got, but. It's almost just like it's me basing off his word choice, which maybe it's a poor word choice. I was like, it's like $100 million summer blockbuster. No offense, how fucking artsy is that thing gonna get? You know what I mean? Like,
exactly.
That's like my only thing. Which that's the thing. I can maybe understand with people. He's like, oh yeah, well, a lot of my scenes get cut because probably if more of his scenes were in there, you might feel more justified as to some of those, choices that, like, when we reviewed the movie, we sit there and we're like, well, what the fuck's up with the tattoo of a mouth on his hand and stuff like that, you know what I mean? Like, just more of, like, time to, like, get into that stuff. But, like, at the same time, I'm like, what the hell were you expecting? You know what I mean? Like, that's just the kind of movie that this was kind of always going to be. This is summer blockbuster. I mean, summer blockbusters all kind of work the same.
Yeah.
Big set pieces, and it's just this big fucking thing that costs lots of
Big
money.
set pieces and explosions.
Yeah. So.
Yeah. I mean, I see what you're saying. And I see what you're saying too. Like he's not wrong. I mean, if you're going to say to pitch him the movie to get him to play the role, then
it should be the movie
you should probably try to stick to that, just because that's what he was into. He's like, fuck yeah, man. But at the same time, I mean, most blockbusters aren't that artsy fartsy stuff.
I don't know if this was supposed to be as much of a blockbuster to begin with, because it was like, in a way, they were this was their plan. They were banking on Batman vs Superman succeeding and everything, and this was kind of a side project to be like sort of a creative thing, and then it just didn't turn into that, and things went downhill from that. So I think its inception was supposed to be more of like an artistic thing, like, hey, we kind of have nothing to lose on this. This could be kind of cool. Let's ride the hype from Batman vs Superman and Man of Steel, but that just kind of didn't happen, and that fell through. And I feel like they maybe kind of had to spin it a little bit to get Jared Leto in on it, to maybe acquire some bigger name actors to like get this movie off the ground. Really,
I kind of get what you're saying there, but I mean, yeah, Batman vs Superman. If Batman vs Superman had actually lived up to the hype and been a better movie,
it's kind of, in a lot of ways, I do agree with you. That's probably what this movie tried to do, because that's what it looks like. Because that's the movie. It's just kind of coast. But then I look at the movie, and reshoots. They do maybe a couple weeks of reshoots. Like reshoots isn't this long, extensive process thing. They maybe spend a month, maybe at the most 6 to 8 weeks. Like doing reshoots, if anything like that. If it's like a major reshoot, which is what it seems like this was, but still there's still a lot of the original stuff, and I look at that and I'm like, well then, like, what the fuck else was it going to be? You know what I mean? Well, like it's like, I don't know.
But also supposedly it went through a couple different scripts.
And apparently they weren't done writing the script when they started filming. That's another thing I heard. So.
And then again, it is editing and taking scenes out of the movie, and what like the finished product isn't just like the reshoot. It's also
everything.
How they edit it together, how they want to line things up, and them deciding, oh, I'm going to put this flashback in at this part can totally throw off the movie. It's how you really piece it together in a way.
It's just...
But part of I do kind of agree with you. It's sort of like kind of what you expect, but then I kind of think that maybe Warner Brothers made this movie, right? They're like the big dogs.
Yeah,
I feel like they maybe
spun
it a little bit.
I agree with that. Like, I don't think that he's wrong with what he's saying. I feel like they probably were like, let's pitch this way and do that. But like I said, I'm not disagreeing.
Because I mean, Will Smith did After Earth, so it's not going to be that. No offense to Will Smith. But it's not going to be that difficult to get him in on something like this, where he's done Hancock before, and I feel like he's much more up for something, where Jared Leto won an Oscar, and he's kind of like, he's sort of more on that Leonardo DiCaprio side, where he just kind of doesn't do something unless he really wants to do it, and he like, I'm getting something out of this, and this is where I want to go with it, and it's like point by point matches up with what he wants. I feel like Jared Leto is kind of that guy with his method acting and stuff, and he really wants to go all in.
Kind of playing devil's advocate to that, it's also, Jared Leto, he's acting like he's the biggest name they signed on the movie when...
He kind of is. I mean, he won an Oscar.
Yeah, but I mean... How many other things do you know he's been in? Because I really don't know all that much.
Dallas Buyers Club was pretty big.
Well, yeah, that's like the biggest thing that I know of that he's been in.
What was the other movie that he did? I don't remember.
Yeah, because like he is pretty big, but I mean also kind of comparatively, like there's
Will Smith.
Will Smith.
Like,
but other than that, there's not much. There's not much else. There's
Will Smith again. He hasn't done shit in like years. His best work is far behind.
Far behind. Yes,
definitely.
But like in terms of just clout that your name carries within the film industry, Will Smith has a lot bigger dick than Jared Leto does. I'm not just saying that because Will Smith is black and Jared Leto is white.
No. The last thing that I remember, like big thing that Will Smith did was I Am Legend. I was like, 2007?
Yeah. But he's done like some things, but like
But he is just a huge... Everybody knows who Will Smith is.
Yeah.
I mean, he's a huge name.
Whereas like
Requiem for a Dream. That was what I was thinking.
Okay, yeah. Oh, yeah. I remember.
I mean, he's been acting for fucking...
Now, I've never seen any movies with Jared Leto in it. Are those movies, like, artsy?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and this is not like an...
Yeah,
maybe it was
intended to
be.
It's just like, Like, and that was one of the things I kind of made before, the point I made before we made this video, was that if they do a solo Batman movie, or if for whatever reason they decide, hey, let's give this another shot, and they make a sequel to Suicide Squad, they should, like, they either completely get rid of Jared Leto and the Joker and just go a completely different route, which I mean, I wouldn't doubt if they did. Even though the second option is also not as likely because it probably sounds like Jared Leto wants nothing to do with us because he's just talking trash. Like, it seems like every day some new article about him just not having kind words for Suicide Squad and Warner Bros. And people like that. They kind of put him in the story and find a way to do that kind of thing that they want him to do, and then also like legitimize his character. Or 3, again, with the long-standing rumor has been that this version of the Joker was like, fan theories, it was Jason Todd kind of make an origin story based on that, and that's kind of like their options. They kind of don't have any middle grounds. Like if they kind of do something with him and it's not good, then it's just But that's the thing. It's like they kind of shot themselves in the foot over this whole thing.
He is kind of burning his bridges with them, though. And that's embarrassing, really, when you look at this so far 3-movie universe. It's so fucking embarrassing on their part.
Yeah.
Like every step. Like Man of Steel was like there. You know what I mean? And in the wake of everything else, it looks like, all right, it's like Episode 3 of Star Wars. It's like, okay, it's not that bad. When,
but
like,
it exists.
Yeah.
But then Batman vs. Superman was a fucking disaster. And then Suicide Squad, I think, is really just bad. I mean, you have a lot of people defending the movie saying, oh, well, if you watch it a second time, it's not that bad. Well, there's this and there's that. But really, at the end of the day, when there's that much division over a movie, it's not really a success.
Not good.
You know?
No.
And then you have Jared Leto. You have your Joker. And like you were saying, like, as a big name, in terms of, like, characters, the Joker is, like, one of the most important parts of this. Because I think they already have Ben Affleck. He's alright as Batman.
Yeah.
So they kind of have that. And, like, the Joker is the next most important thing, unless they're bringing in other villains or whatever. And that's, like, if they fuck up the Joker and Jared Leto leaves and they get someone else, they have to rewrite it. And this movie is really just kind of weird how it fits into the universe. Like, everyone in this movie has, like, a certain style, and it's kind of like this more thug thing, like, with Jared Leto being sort of like a gangster, then El Diablo being like a gangbanger, and then just that sort of style, and then you take that into, like, Batman vs. Superman, they just don't...
It just doesn't go together.
Yeah.
That's what I was saying when we reviewed it. Like, I don't know what this does for the whole DC extended universe.
I mean, maybe because it kind of was so bad, and really Ben Affleck's Batman wasn't in it all that much, according to you guys.
No.
It could be,
really.
they could look at this as like
get like 2 minutes worth of great screen time.
As
Great screen time?
I just threw a word in
He
there.
just showed up.
He punched Harley Quinn. That's about all that happened.
you could maybe almost look at this as like a standalone. Boom! This is it. One and done. It's not really it's
expanded universe movie. Like not like part. Yeah.
It's not really associated with the DC cinematic universe storyline with like Justice League and all that, but it's in the DC universe. It's got the DC name on it.
Was it you that said that this movie would be a lot better as a TV show?
Absolutely. Like a Netflix
absolutely,
TV show. Not every character getting their own series like they're doing now with like the Defenders characters for Marvel. But, say you had like a 13 episode season, and then 1 episode's on Harley Quinn, another one's on Deadshot, and then then they eventually come together and there's a whole big story. It just would have worked so much better as a TV show to me, because you could have way more character development. With that big of a cast, it's kind of hard to do all character development for all the characters in a 2-hour movie, with also having to really get the plot going and the villain and action and all that stuff. Probably just would have been better as a TV show.
I almost feel like that was Age of Ultron's problem, was they had too many characters.
It's a lot of problems.
One little 2.5 hours.
That was Independence Day Resurgence problem. There's too many characters.
That was one of the problems.
One of the problems.
I was thinking about Suicide Squad this week, and in hindsight, I think the thing that that I dislike most about the movie, the thing that kind of really ruined it for me, was the whole like Mighty Ducks feeling. Like, oh, we're a team. No one's gonna die at the end. We're all gonna get together and we're gonna play hockey. We're gonna form the V.
Yeah.
Emilio Estevez is gonna be there. Like, that's what bothered me, because that's not what this movie should have been at all.
No.
How, like, at the end, we all learn to work together.
Yeah, we're
and
friends.
it's like, dude, fucking jerk me off. That's just stupid. That's not, like... And I was thinking, like, this movie doesn't have to be the comic books. But just treat the characters right. Because they didn't come up with these characters. These characters are from comic books, and they are... They are characters, you know, they're already developed into, this is what this character is like, this is the superpower. They have to, like, be true to the characters. And I think that's what pisses a lot of people off that really, you know, like comic books or like superhero movies like that are really into that kind of stuff, is that they really just, you know, shit on a lot of the characters and then, like, you know.
But also, as
Treat
a
them
comic
fairly.
series, Suicide Squad did not last long was not very successful at all.
Yeah.
As a comic series, I don't know where they thought the idea would be great as a movie.
I
Because
mean, they're a great like entity. Like they're cool. They're a cool entity
yeah,
that
yeah.
exists, but not having like their own like.
But the story or like the comics apparently weren't very good, and apparently the run didn't last long. It lasted like a year, if
Yeah.
that. So that's what 12 issues, maybe.
Something like that, maybe 10. 10
Well, it
12
depends
issues.
on how often they're putting out an issue too.
Yeah.
I would love to be kind of a fly on the wall 3 years ago at Warner Brothers when they're, you know, after Man of Steel did fine, people, you know, like it, whatever. And they're like, we're going to get this universe started. We got Ben Affleck as Batman. He's huge. We're going to do this movie, that movie. Everybody's going to love it. We're going to make so much money. And then
You
I would
fucking
love
Suicide
to
Squad.
compare that to where they are now in the conversations they're having probably now. They're
Let's
probably
get this thing off the
scrambling.
ground. Let's kill
Yeah.
Superman in the second movie.
Yeah.
Let's do this.
I had the thought that like, I mean, because the movies that are coming out next year, they're gonna happen. However, they're gonna happen. I'm mostly interested in the next 2 movies that come out after that, because those are the movies that like, if Warner Brothers is gonna get their shit together, those are gonna be the movies that are good. It's like, you know, Wonder Woman and Justice League might be alright, but like, you know, those are the movies that are made after they learn this shit. Because Wonder Woman and Justice League just kind of got made. You know
I
what
am
mean?
bracing myself because I feel like they're really going to play it safe with these movies.
Yeah, I think so.
I am like bracing myself for that. Like, oh, they're not really going to take too many risks, and like
They'll be
taking risk
okay.
is a lot of what it's about. Like putting characters through situations, and I just don't feel like they're going to want to do that. They're going to be like, okay, this is a solid movie. This is like the first Thor. This is like, you know, it's going to be all right. It's going to have a beginning, a middle, and end. It's going to make sense. It's going to be there. But it's not going to be like... It's going to be like the first Avengers. It's just going to... We'll be all right. That's what Justice League... I'm worried it's going to be that.
Do you think Warner Brothers is kind of forever fucked in that, say, Justice League or Wonder Woman are good movies? Like, do you think that after these 2 movies, their name has just been hurt so bad that even if they start making good movies, like, you know, they're still not going to be as big as they want and all that stuff?
As a whole, I don't think Warner Brothers is hurt so much by this because they have more than just these movies.
Yeah.
They're a bigger brand than that.
But these are the biggest financial investments that they're making, for the most part.
For now, yeah, for the moment. But I feel like DC's name is really going to have a harder time recovering from this.
Maybe just because of the thing that, despite what like we think of it, these have been very polarizing movies. There are people that really like these movies, and then there are people that think both of these movies are the worst things ever made. So it's like, I think that there'll be some effects, but they're not dead in the water yet. It's like they still have. Again, like I said, me personally, I'm giving them until whatever movies come out in 2018, because those are the movies, like I said, where they're going to learn from what's happened and make, you know, movies completely off learning from those mistakes. So, whereas, you know, Wonder Woman and Justice League might be, you know, safe. Maybe they'll which I mean they probably all will be safe after this point, but like they'll figure out what they're doing at that point.
The ship has sprung a few leaks, but it's not actively sinking yet.
Any thoughts on that?
Um,
Are they fucked? I also have one more question before then we'll move on.
I don't know. Like, I think it's tough to recover after this. If Wonder Woman turns out to be, and I really don't want it to be, but if it turns out to be kind of boring and plays it safe, has some like interesting scenes, but is really kind of like, you know what I mean? It's like, it's
Safe,
alright. It's a
yeah.
Captain America where it's like, it doesn't do too much. It's just kind of there. That's, you know, then they move into the Justice League and it's like, it's going to be like, I don't know, I want to say it's going to be like Destiny, but people aren't really going to be coming back to it.
Got you. Last question, and I don't take credit for this question. I heard it somewhere else. What's going to happen first? A critically panned, did not make that much money, completely garbage Marvel movie, or a critically acclaimed, making shitload of money, just awesome DC movie? And I'm not saying Marvel movie of, oh, I didn't like Age of Ultron. Like, that movie was still fine. It got fine reviews. It made a lot of money. I'm talking the movie is garbage type of stuff.
Successful DC movie.
I was gonna say,
Yeah.
I don't think Marvel can make a bad movie.
I know.
I think they can, but they just kind of hit their groove right now.
Yeah.
Like,
Just
they got,
boom, they got
the important thing is that they got Thor, and they had Iron Man 2, and they got Captain America. They got those movies out of the way. And now it's like, okay, things have been established. DC hasn't really established things yet, so they're still going to be going through that, like, turbulence.
Yeah.
I agree.
I agree with that. I think the chance of a critically acclaimed DC movie is a lot better than just a dead in the water Marvel movie.
Yeah, I agree. Anyways, that was good.
That was a good discussion.
Let's move on to music. Two things before we get to some drama. Metallica announced their new album, Hardwired to Self-Destruct, coming out November 18th. Yeah, they put out a new song, Hardwired. We reviewed it, but yeah, it's going to be a double album. 12 songs.
Weird number for a double album, but alright, cool.
Yeah.
12 songs.
Yeah, total.
6 on each disc.
Look at them.
Yeah, so see how that turns out. And Stick to Your Guns is going to be putting out some new music. New EP. Better Ash Than Dust, September 23rd. They put out a new song too. So there you go. I forgot about Stick to Your Guns.
Better ash than dust. You're talking about like Pokemon?
Wow.
Better be Ash Ketchum.
Anyways, drama. Musical drama is always interesting.
Especially when it involves a certain Dave that we all know. And
So, a couple
Dave
weeks ago...
Franco.
Yeah.
Dave Franco. What's Keemstar say? Let's get to the news, or whatever the fuck he says. Whatever the fuck
Let's
he
get
says.
right into the news.
Drama alert.
Drama Alert Nation, now over 6 million subscribers. Well, he doesn't have, I don't think he has 6 million.
No, please no.
I think he has like 1 million, 1.5 million. This isn't about him.
A couple weeks ago, a pretty awesome tour got announced, which was Megadeth, Amon Amarth, Suicidal Tendencies, Metal Church, and Havok.
And DSI was pissed that they weren't asked to be on it.
Yeah. But now Havok got kicked off of the tour.
so there's still a chance for DSI.
They were already replaced.
Were they causing a bit of havoc?
Oh!
Yeah,
I
that was
guess
sad.
so.
Don't.
So Havok were working with Dave Mustaine's son, Justice. Justice Mustaine.
Justice
Spelled
Jesus.
Justis. I did not know that was his name. So Dave Mustaine's son
I'm sorry, it's
runs
his name. I can't
Mustaine
say my name.
Management, which books, tours, bands, all that stuff.
Apparently also manages Megadeth.
Yeah. Well, no, this is like tours and stuff. I think
okay.
Megadeth has a different actual manager.
Okay.
Anyways, and so Havok was on a tour with Megadeth in the spring, and everything went fine, smooth. But now, apparently, what happened is that Megadeth's management...
Let me guess. Was it about money?
Connie, basically,
Okay.
yeah. Dave Mustaine's management laid out this contract, which bands usually sign a contract, do tours and all that stuff. And Havok is not signing this contract at all.
Oh.
Havok said this. He's with deep regret that we are forced to inform fans of metal. That's weird. Why not just our fans? That we will not be on the upcoming Megadeth tour with Amon Amarth, Suicidal Tendencies, and Metal Church. We will also not be going to Mexico, blah, blah, blah. We were really looking forward to these shows, but unfortunately, Mr. Mustaine has chosen to remove us from the lineup. The reasons for our absence are directly related to a contract negotiation insisted upon by Mustaine management, a negotiation that has gone awry, yeah, whatever. We are authorized to say that we were offered an unacceptable management contract from Mustaine management, which we declined. While working with our lawyer to negotiate the terms of the contract, Mustaine management threatened to kick us off the tour with Megadeth. Mustaine management repeatedly failed to respond to phone calls and emails and eventually told us that we will no longer be working with Havok. That's basically what they said. But they said, we can't talk about specifics, but they're sorry. And then Dave Mustaine just opens his mouth
and
on Twitter.
Comes out.
My side is to go fuck yourself, said Dave Mustaine. You are a pariah in our business. A pro would have gotten on my side before printing that story. Dave saying, call my management. Calling Havok liars, and Metal sucks. Metal sucks, Brandon. Story first. What is there to debate, fucktard, said Dave Mustaine. They had 5 months to sign an industry standard contract and don't pay their bills. So yeah, Dave Mustaine going off. And then his son basically said that the contract that was laid out was like a standard one where he gets paid 15% of all the band's income, and that the last tour Havok didn't really do that, apparently. So he wanted to get them under contract so that, everybody's getting their fair share of money on the tour, and that's what's not happening. And then he was basically saying that Havok are not a professional band and have a long ways to go. Drama in the Dave Mustaine world. What's new?
Yeah.
It's been a little while though.
I guess.
I mean, discounting the thing with this fucking guitar tech from like a year ago. Like, it's been a while since Dave went off on a band. It's been a couple years.
Yeah,
it's been like
true.
a decade.
and if this contract, quote unquote contract, really is an industry standard, yeah, then Havok kind of should have signed it, and then this wouldn't be an issue. But at the same time, was it Dave or Justice saying that that Havok was not a professional band? Or
Justice.
Something? It's like, dude, what? Like, you just manage tours. You're not even in a band. This band has toured. They're getting paid to do shows.
They write music.
They write music. That kind of makes you a professional.
If that's kind of like your only source of income, then I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, or your major source of income, then I would consider that a professional band. I mean, I don't know. Like,
I think he means professional in the sense that they act professional.
yeah,
Not
I
they are
guess,
professional.
yeah.
probably, that's probably it. But
You fucking idiot.
Like, I mean, I don't know if this whole thing about that being an industry standard thing is true. I mean,
Yeah.
it might be, in which then it's just kind of strange then that either A, up until this point, Havok hasn't encountered such a thing, or that B, on the flip side, all of a sudden they decided they're not putting up with such a thing. Like, it's just kind of weird if you look at it.
Or C, yes, it's industry standard in terms of pay, but there's other bullshit in a contract that they just don't like.
And that
like, could be it too.
Dave,
Or-
and then they're just playing it down so that it brings people on their side.
Or D, the contract, the idea of the contract itself is industry standard, but the numbers and the percentages are not industry standard.
I don't
Because
know.
again, like, it is, you know, a Mustaine doing this.
Oh no.
I wouldn't be surprised if Justice was being a douchebag and, you know, asking for more money than he's supposed to get. And
At the same time, though, if you're Havok, this tour is massive.
You're
playing massive venues.
not going to lose
Are-
that much. We can make a lot of money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you suck it up? And maybe you don't make as much, but in name, you're going to get out there.
Mhm.
You know, you're opening for one of the biggest metal bands in the world on playing in front of thousands of people every night. So you could fucking maybe do this tour and then ride that straight into a new album. Then your new album sells well. Then you're on big tours. Still, you know, the end result could be good. You know? I don't know.
on the flip side, you also have to deal with Dave Mustaine all the fucking time.
That's true.
Really, who wants
And-
to do that?
You could, you know, Justice sits there and says, "Oh, they're not a professional band," probably in terms of, like you said, the way they act. But then you have your father turn around calling people fucktards. That's not very professional either.
Born again
Yeah.
Christian, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Like, you know, it's a little stupid.
I think the Mustaine ego is playing itself up greatly here because we all know how Dave acts when shit like this goes down. Now it seems like his son follows suit.
Yeah, I don't know.
Eh.
It's a shame. I was looking forward to seeing Havok. They've been replaced by a band, Lilac. Never heard of them. But they are the opening band now. So yeah. Never a dull moment in Dave Mustaine's life. Should just go through and find every, like, piece of drama that Dave Mustaine's been involved with.
That'd be a long fucking list.
I don't know.
I'm actually on Dave Mustaine's side in this one.
Why?
If you're a band, I mean, Havok, they're acting too big for their britches. Like you said, this is
Yeah.
a huge tour. You gotta do stuff you don't want to do. I mean, you're not at the level of Megadeth or any of these huge bands. Like, sometimes you
True.
just
and-
kind of have to do it. I mean, if you're gonna, like, look at the contract and, like, complain and stuff, just do it. Like you said, you're gonna make a lot of money, especially if you didn't pay...
Before.
you didn't pay all the money that you should have before. Like, you just have to take what you can get. Because being a band, like, what are you going to live off of album sales? That's just not
Yeah,
going to
it doesn't
happen. You have to
happen, yeah.
tour. You have to get on a big tour like this. Just fucking do it. I mean, they're not asking you to fucking blow them or something.
No.
It's just, we're going to take this percentage of the money. Maybe because you fucked us off last time. Maybe we're asking for a little bit more this time around. Just to make sure, just...
Yeah,
fucking
yeah.
do. We all have
Yeah.
to do things that we don't want to do. I mean, if you want to make a living as a band, especially like a metal band, you just have to do fucking tours. Like, not everything can be, I don't know.
And kind of going off that, I'm sure Megadeth had their share of fucking shitty contracts as they were, going and making a name for themselves.
Oh, definitely.
And in order to, I guess kind of be that top dog, to be that big name, you're gonna have to do that first. You have to put in the work. All these other bands have put in the work, and had taken their lumps. And Havok is trying to, I guess, avoid that.
What does the Mustaine agency do?
I'll
Like,
look
in
that.
terms of bringing
Just to
bands
make
on
sure.
tour, do they, like, help pay for places to stay, or help pay for
Well-
gas to tour, to, like, drive around,
That's-
or
This is what Justice
is it
Mustaine's
just a
said.
booking agency?
I worked with Havok for 1 year, despite getting Havok paid, marketed, and exposed in that time, in bringing them a new merch deal booking agent overseeing what has clearly been their biggest year yet. I was compensated poorly for my work. Finally put a contract in front of them, which would secure me 15% of income, an industry standard. They refused to agree, so I dropped. Yeah,
That sounds...
but I'll look that up.
That sounds professional.
Yeah.
They kind of were a little bit of jackasses. That's just how it works. I mean, that's not how it, maybe in a perfect world should work, but that's just how it works.
Yeah.
Especially if they're getting exposure, they're getting money. It's like I said, you're going to live off of album sales. You can't do that. You're getting
can't do that
exposure, you like merchandise and stuff. I mean, that's a good deal. You have to pay for that stuff. If you're getting a quality product, you can't just not pay someone enough for it or whatever. Maybe they're asking for too much money, but then why Havok? Why are you going to them if they charge that much? You know, if you're not willing to pay that much to begin with.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not the biggest fan of Dave Mustaine, but
Same time,
as their agency goes, it seems very professional, very straightforward, and it just.
Yeah.
at the same time, on Megadeth's side, it's Megadeth's tour, played by their rules.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're the ones putting this tour together. They don't have to bring you on board if you don't agree. They were kind enough to bring you on board once.
Yeah.
And obviously they liked touring with you, otherwise they wouldn't have brought you back.
Yeah.
Or at least at that point they did.
Or at least invited you back.
Learn how to work with people you don't like.
Oh yeah, that's life.
So yeah, I do that every night.
Yeah. Anyways, what's that? Maybe there'll be more to come out about that. But, yeah.
God, I hope not.
Let's wrap this bitch up. I found this thing. So all the video games coming out next week, we're flopping it around. Because most of them were out by the time we talk about this.
Yeah.
So
you know they're out.
Yeah. So most of these games are going to be coming out on Tuesday. This list is fucking huge.
Madden.
Yes.
Madden 17, baby.
Woo!
Yeah.
The week of August 23rd, Alone with You on PS4 and Vita. Never heard of it. Deus Ex, Mankind Divided, Xbox One, PS4, PC. It's getting good reviews. So that seems like it turned out pretty good. Hue on Xbox One, PS4, Vita, and PC. It's either Hue or Huey. One of the two. That's a stupid fucking name.
Wait,
Huey?
Is it H-U-E?
It's Hue.
That's Hugh, yeah.
Huey
If
Lewis
there
and
was a
Lewis.
fucking Y at the end, it'd be Huey.
Yeah.
Who's the Bengals' new coach? Or the Browns? Hugh Jackson?
Yeah.
Hugh Jackson.
The Huntsman, Winter's Curse on PS4, which is
Huntsman.
related to the movie.
Why?
Why not? Build up that lore. Inside on PS4. Play that game.
What about Outside?
game.
Oh, I didn't know. Oh, that game came to PS4. Oh well, I already bought it and I beat it. Good game.
Yeah, it is a good game. King of Fighters 14 on PS4.
It's a fighting game?
Mm-hmm.
And you
Surprise.
and you get to try to become the king.
Yeah. Madden NFL 17. Xbox One, 360, PS4, and PS3.
I thought they weren't going to put it out on last gen. Is that just from moving on after these games? They're going to drop last gen.
Like 10 years from now, they're gonna just keep putting it on the
Yeah.
360 and the PS.
Because I know they upgraded to like the Frostbite and all that, and they were talking about like, oh, all of our sports games it's going to be updated, the engine's all going to be new, and we're going to move into like new shit.
So they
and it's
abandoned the
like,
Ignite engine?
What?
And they did what? They abandoned the Ignite engine?
I think that's
Or maybe-
what I read a while ago.
Maybe
they're
it's
moving
they
on.
did the new gen or the current gen ones with Frostbite, and they used Ignite for the.
Maybe.
I thought FIFA was the only game that's going to be in Frostbite this year.
You
That
might
could
be
be it.
right.
Maybe they're talking about
Yeah.
the future, but they got to drop that shit.
Yeah, they really do.
Just can't keep putting shit out on Xbox 360. That's holding back people who actually spent money for a new
The
fucking
Xbox
console.
360 is 11 years old. Let's move
I
on.
know.
Metro Plus on PS4. That's been around for a little while. Metro.
Hasn't
Valley.
even gone through puberty.
Valley on Xbox One, PS4, PC. Never heard of that game. The Legend of Kusakari on 3DS.
Huh?
Oh yeah, I know that legend.
Yeah.
I've
Yeah.
heard that one before.
Masters of Orion on PC, which is a strategy game. And then the other 99 on PC. There we go.
Other 99.
Masters of Orion, is that a new Metallica track?
Ha!
Music. This music's out right now.
You can put it in your ear holes.
Yeah. Daniel Lioni with Volume 3.
Wasn't this one on like last time? I thought. I feel like
Sounds
I heard that.
alternative.
Daniel
Progressive.
Lioni. I'm gonna say rock or something.
Black/Gothic metal. There we go. Flaw with Divided We Fall.
Hardcore.
Yeah.
Deathcore.
New metal.
Fuck.
Knives Out with Left in the Lurch.
Death.
That's hardcore.
Knives Out.
Yeah.
Fuck, I don't know.
Alternative metal. Baltimore.
Baltimore.
If you're fans of Dog Fashion Disco or Polka Dot Cadaver, you're gonna be stoked.
Is that legitimately what it says, or
Yeah.
nice?
Miker with Mausoleum EP.
Death.
Black?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like black ambient stuff. This
Oh.
band's kind of weird. Sabatine with The Last Stand.
Oh fuck! Album of the year, bro.
Power metal.
Yeah. Skeleton Witch with Apothic Gloom
Doom.
EP.
That's Black and Death.
Yeah. It's their new first material with their new singer. Soilwork with Death Resonance.
So it work. Fuck. What?
A
Doom.
melodic death.
Yeah.
Yes.
Unlocked.
This is like old, never released songs that I think they re-recorded and they're kind of putting them out. So I'll have to check that out.
Green Day's putting out an album.
I
don't
did
know
hear
when,
that.
but I saw
Really?
that.
Yeah.
They got a new song on the radio, I think.
Wow, I'll have to look that up. Bad Omens with their self-titled.
That's hard rock.
I'm gonna say hard rock.
Sandlot metal.
Metalcore.
Because when Benny the Jet Rodriguez
Oh god.
hit the ball and the stitching came apart,
It was a bad omen.
yeah, this was a bad omen.
This band's on Sumerian. New band that's Sumerian.
Metalcore.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's metalcore already.
Bayside with Vacancy.
Oh,
Wait,
bass. They're
Bayside?
fucking like alternative.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
Bayside signed with Sumerian.
No,
No.
that was the last band.
Yeah.
That'd be fucking fun.
Bad
Oh,
Omens
big-
is one.
big
okay.
sign.
Billy's Fuzz with The Righteous Bloom.
Is it Bill Ease or did you just
Like
say that really weird?
B-E-L-I-Z-E.
Beelze. Billy's Fuzz.
Beel's Fuzz.
Beel's Fuzz.
Beelzebub. Like
Beelzebub.
Beelzebub.
Oh,
Yeah,
Beelzebub.
Beelzebub.
Okay.
There we go.
Beelzebub.
There we go. With The Righteous Bloom.
I should have cheated and looked to see what
Death.
genre
I'm
it was.
gonna say it's like death.
So I'm not gonna
Westboro
answer.
Baptist metal.
Stoner.
Oh.
The Color Morale with Desolate Divine.
That's what I said.
Melodic.
Metalcore.
Kinda, yeah. I'd say that. They're like Warped Tour, post-hardcore stuff. A Day to Remember with Bad Vibrations.
Warped Tour band.
Yeah.
Metalcore?
Yeah. Gemini Syndrome with Memento Mori.
Black
Progressive.
and death.
New/alternative metal. They're kind of weird. Meshiak with Alliance of Thieves.
Folk metal. I don't fucking know.
Pirate metal.
New metal. Why?
Lots of
Why not? There
thieves.
seems to be a bunch of new metal this week.
Or was it
Thrash.
Aladdin? Aladdin? Was one about thieves?
Arabian metal.
Yeah.
Thrash metal. On Broken Wings with Disintegrator. Disintegrator. Megadeth.
Yeah.
Hardcore,
There's the
maybe?
boom. Otherwise known as doom. Boom metal.
Boom metal. Melodic death metal.
Metal.
Fuck.
Wow.
Powerwolf with the Metal Mass Live.
It's fucking power metal.
Thrash.
Last one. Trapped with DNA.
Wait, trapped? Like, as in like headstrong trapped?
Headstrong take you on.
Back off, I'll take you on. Headstrong, I'll take on anyone. No. No. I have it in my head.
Is that in the loot box?
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Okay.
I know from painful personal experience that it is.
Honestly, you should look up the Fun Times loot box on Spotify.
Yeah.
You'll be glad you did.
It's a fun time.
But it's also a loot box.
You can listen to one, and you and everybody in the car with you can just sing, no prompting.
Yeah.
No, and not one by Metallica either.
And one by Creed. And you can also listen to MILF Money by Fergie and all kinds of
Our
other shit.
trip started with Love Me by Lil Wayne. and then ended with MILF Money by Fergie.
That was a great.
I like that hard left turn it took from Rocket Man by Elton John to The Devil Wears Prada. That was a good one.
Or MILF Money by Fergie to Cattle Decapitation.
That was another really good one.
That was a hard, like, that wasn't even just a left turn, that was a whole fucking U-turn right there.
Anyways, thanks for watching or listening, whatever you do.
Whatever you do, you should keep doing it.
Yep.